Hello and welcome back to Jamie's Man Cave, a homebrew brew day review for you. You'll see at the start of the video about a minute and a half there of what happened on brew day. The video's going back a little bit now from today when I'm actually going to review the beer. Just to say that all the equipment and everything was sterilised in that video, which I didn't record. And a few of the ingredients that you'll see which we've used, and this was a New Zealand brewers series from Mangrove Jack's American Pale Ale. Just looking down at my notes because I can't remember all of that. It was a while ago, using the Safale US 05 yeast, which I bought separately, and a beer enhancer, and it was actually dry hopped with Columbus hops. And this is what we've got. That's the look of it. A bit of sediment in there. So we've got a nice looking brownish golden ale looking colour. Well, not golden ale, but amber ale. Let's see, we might not be too lively because we've been in the fridge. It was poured out. I'm actually hoping it's going to be the right one that I want to review, because in my wisdom, which has got to be like a rule number one, is label your stuff, and I put it on a particular shelf in a particular end of the shelf, and I thought I'll remember what that is. Now it's October going back to July, and I couldn't remember. So let's hope. Yeah, so a amber looking brownish pour, nice little tight head on the top, an American Pale Ale, Mangrove Jack's New Zealand Brewers Series, dry hopped with Columbus. So I went to my local homebrew shop, which is over in Staffordshire, and I was after basically a base kit of an American Pale Ale. And I was going for something that was going to be a little bit caramel toffee notes, but also trying to gain some maybe citrus style hit with the hops. Now I'm not entirely sure that I will have achieved that with the hops that I chose to use. But let's have a smell. Just a little bit of toffee smell on there. Not quite sure what else. Let's have a taste and see what we think. So there is a bit of toffiness, slight nuttiness, very slight, and there's a bit of little bit of fruitiness, but I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. But there's some licorice notes in there as well. Like I said, this was brewed in July, and we're now in October, so it's had plenty of time to mature and settle and develop them flavours. I did have a brief little try of it, probably when it was about 3-4 weeks old, after it'd been in the bottle, and I wasn't sure I liked it, and that's why I've left it for so long, because I want it to have time to develop. But now it's got a bit of nutty toffee, which I was expecting to try and get, but like I say, it was a base kit, so I had room to play with. I've never tried that kit before, so I don't know what it would have tasted like without the dry hop. I'm guessing that the dry hop is what's giving it that licorice flavour. But it's well carbonated. It's got quite a good head there, retention. It feels nice enough in the mouth. Nuttiness, toffee, maybe some pine or resin undertones. Definite licorice, which is not, I'm not a massive fan of licorice flavour. I'm not necessarily getting citrus or tropical, which is maybe what I was thinking originally when I first thought of the idea to try this. But I'm getting some slight fruits. And what is it? I don't know what type of fruit. Maybe some berry. There's a little bit of a sweet juiciness, very slight. But that licorice comes and gives you a good kick. The difference, what I did with this actually, as I was playing about with it, I made a hop tea as I was dry hopping, and I did that just after the first ferment had finished. Left it for about 3 days, and then took them out ready for bottling for secondary fermenting in the bottle conditioning. And I've never tried that before either, so I don't know if I've completely altered the hop flavour by doing that, but this was a bit of an experiment. Not quite what I was going for. What I wanted originally was the toffee type caramel flavour I associate with an American Pale Ale, but also I wanted some fresh citrus, tropical, juicy, hoppy flavour, which I didn't get. I probably chose the wrong hops on this occasion, but I'm not disappointed with it. It's quite a nice one, especially now, as I say, we're in October and we're coming up for winter time. A good wintertime ale. It has definitely got a bitter, licorice kind of hit on the tongue. But no, I'm not too disappointed with it. It wasn't quite what I was aiming for, but I suppose that's the joy of experimenting with a base kit and a homebrew, isn't it? So hey, let's score it as a homebrew kit. Difficult to score really, because I've not done it before without playing about with it. And I think it's probably about £12 for the kit. Probably get it slightly cheaper if you did shop online. So as a base kit for that, and sort of, you know, adding my own hops, I think as kits I've brewed and homebrew I've done, I think it's a 3 out of 5. I think it's a 3 out of 5. It's a little bit far off my taste of what I was aiming for, but it's still nice in its own way. There will be somebody else out there that I can let try this that will probably really enjoy it and be right up their street, but yeah, I'd go 3 out of 5 for the New Zealand Brewers series from Mangrove Jack's American Pale Ale. As we're approaching the winter months, Christmas, I tend to always put some form of stout on. So I've just put on Cooper's Irish Stout, and that's recently been bottled. So hopefully in a few weeks' time, maybe November, towards the end of, I can bring you that one. I'm quite excited about that one. It looks like it's going to be nice. I think I've tried Cooper's Irish Stout way back when we first started brewing, so that one will be interesting. But for now, this one has been a success. I think it looks good. Also, with the next one, the Cooper's Irish Stout, I have filled up one of the torps for the crops, so hopefully I can bring you a pulled pour of some draft stout, hopefully. But I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.